If Donald Trump wanted the Jeffrey Epstein story to die, and he definitely does, this is not going to help, because it was revealed that Jeffrey Epstein, on his 50th birthday a number of years ago, got a bunch of letters from friends. It was an old-timey thing. You sent letters. Look it up. Your grandpa can tell you about it. Anyway, Donald Trump sent him a letter, and it wasn't just like a stock note or whatever. No, he put some thought into it, okay? And so it bears Trump's name, as letters sent by Donald Trump tend to do. And the Wall Street Journal did review it, although we'll get into how credible it is. Trump disagrees. So like all of the ones sent to Epstein, it was a bawdy letter, because remember, Jeffrey Epstein is both a pervert and also everyone around him knew about it for years. So just bear that in mind. It contains several lines of typewritten text framed by the outline of a naked woman, which appears to be hand-drawn with a heavy marker. And that's the part that everybody's sort of glossing over, but I feel like it's kind of the most important thing, because who among us sends letters written in heavy marker? Not most people, but one current president is that sort of guy. Anyway, a pair of small arcs denotes the woman's breasts, and the future president's signature is a squiggly Donald below her waist, mimicking pubic hair. So if, for all the issues I have with this, at least Donald in his art supports natural hair on women, I guess. Anyway, the letter concludes, "Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." That's something. Now, pretty much every other line about the letter is pretty interesting too. And so we are gonna get into that. It's so strange. And look, I almost don't want to down on this, because I wish we lived in a world where people sent typewritten letters to their friends. I've tried to get that going and failed, but this is a weird one. So here's the note. Voiceover: "There must be more to life than having everything. Donald: Yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is. Jeffrey: Nor will I, since I also know what it is. Donald: We have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Jeffrey: Yes, we do, come to think of it. Donald: Enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? Jeffrey: As a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you. Donald: A pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." That is so strange. And I say that as a person who has written such strange things myself, and yet that is weird. And man, if you want to read into it, that they've gotten up to some truly wild stuff, Trump has given you every opportunity in the world. Now, he says it's not him. He says, "This is not me. This is a fake thing. It's a fake Wall Street Journal story. I never wrote a picture in my life," which is a thing you say. "I never wrote a picture in my life. I don't draw pictures of women. It's not my language. It's not my words." And it's less crazy stream of consciousness than Trump, so maybe he's got a bit of a point there. But on the, did he write a picture in his life? Look, he's protesting quite a bit here. To be clear, he's lied about him before. In 2019, he said, "Well, I knew him like everybody in Palm Beach knew him," pretending that he only knew Jeffrey Epstein because he lives in Palm Beach. No, they had been partying for the better part of 2 decades by the time he sends him his amateur pornography that he drew, and alludes to strange goings on beneath bridges or something, I don't know. And so he writes this long letter, or Truth Social message or whatever, saying that it's a lie, that he's gonna sue them. It's obviously fake. It's yet another example of fake news. Now, in that, he also claimed to have won 3 elections. So the lies are coming hard and fast here. And he says multiple times that he's gonna sue them and that they lied. Well, just bear in mind, when he says, "I never wrote a picture in my life," as if that is the thing that's supposed to lead you to question the veracity of the entire reporting. Well, he has actually written many pictures in his life. Here's one. This sold. this drawing of the Manhattan skyline or whatever. You can see buildings, and then there's some scribblies below. I think that's supposed to be the skyline's pubic hair, I think. But anyway, there's also all of this. He's constantly scribbling things. I think he's trying to recreate the Seattle skyline at the beginning of Frasier, I'm pretty sure. But either way, the dude definitely wrote a picture a time or two, Brett. Do you buy it? Is it too convenient? What do you think?
The drawing of a woman's body and then the loose jot down of a scripted conversation between the two of them is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. Because like, what would possess you? They must have had a conversation like that. Like I do doubt it, but only because I don't think any human being would do something like that. But obviously somebody did, because the Wall Street Journal has it. Now this happens after there have already been major lawsuits against media organizations because Trump don't like them much. They have resulted in millions and millions of dollars of settlements and damages. So the Wall Street Journal enters into publishing this story with full knowledge of Donald Trump's litigious nature and track record for using stuff that I would argue is absolutely meritless in a court of law in order to get to cow these organizations into inaction and not challenging him, as well as get money from them. So like, there's a lot of reasons for me to believe the Wall Street Journal. And one of them is also that I've seen like 650 pictures of Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein just yucking it up, pointing at little girls.
Yes.
Like I think this is not without the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
Like, I get why Donald Trump would be like, listen, there's a lot of false stuff printed in major New York-based newspapers. But the reason for that is because he put out a giant ad in the New York Times saying that the Central Park Five should be executed or something like that.
Yeah.
So but also to make such a claim is like, I've never written a picture. When you've sold them, and you're such a child, obviously you draw stuff so people put it on their fridgies. You idiot.
I also think, I know that I'm a pedantic a-hole or whatever, but like, he posted a message that said, I have never written a picture. 25th Amendment, come on, man. If Biden, come on.
But like, what did you point out when reading the major, like super long response that it's in the third person?
Well, I mean, he generally does, but I agree with you that it does feel particularly weird. It's almost like he's dissociating, like that guy, pretty rough situation for him. It's almost like he's operating as his own PR again. It does feel a little bit like that. I will also say, can we put up graphic 7? I get this is a story that like obviously I'm delighting in or whatever, but it does make me a little bit depressed that even coming off of a night where I feel like I accomplished a lot in terms of my creative writing, I did not write nearly as much as Donald Trump did on Truth Social last night. He's more prolific than me, and I'll never catch up.
He's losing his riz, man.
Well, no, I mean his inability to get a handle on this thing is.
He's trying to. Those aren't the droids you're looking for at people, and they're like, "Oh no, I am looking for those very underage droids, and have been, and so were you until 5 minutes ago. So you promised me." Yeah,
that kind. Look, the weird drawing. Okay, that's one thing. It's strange or whatever, but okay. And remember, and bear in mind, he's not 18 when he sent this. They're in their like 50s or 60s or whatever. But that script. What is that alluding to? Like, again, like you said, you don't send this script if it's not in some way like conversations you've had. It would be the weirdest thing. You'd open that as the person opening it and be like, what the hell's wrong with this guy? If they've done some weird stuff. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's illegal necessarily. I'm just saying they've done some weird stuff. That is my gut instinct.